in local Long Beach, in a colony made of sticks, pine branches, and palm fronds, there lives a rare herd of sea creatures. Their presence in Belmont Shore, in an underwater biome built by man, make them unlike any other creature of their kind in the world. They choose to live in collaboration with man in an underwater biome that he has built, one that they call home. This association is a symbiotic relationship built together with trust, collaboration, and the undying dedication of their host. They call me the Seahorse Whisperer, and by some definition I am. But that was not always the case. When I found the Seahorses about 5 years ago, I was on so many television stations, CBS, et cetera, and on newspaper fronts, and in radio talk shows in California and across America and in the world. The reason is the seahorses were considered a rare indicator species by scientists, and maybe good old California would finally get some rain. And in fact, we got more rain than we had in 125 years. And with all that glory that went to my head, my ego was, as you can guess, out of control. So I started to film the seahorses to get my name in the paper more, like I was a member of the paparazzi. They didn't like it too much. And so as time went on, one by one, they drifted off until I had just a few left. And I had to make a decision. Did I really want to scare all these sea creatures away, or did I want to study them? They were pretty cute. I'll be honest with you, I did something that even surprises me. I put my camera down, and I became an observer. Well, as you might guess, at first they didn't trust me because my ego was out of check and I only cared about myself. But as I watched and understood that distance was important and how much time I spent, I learned that each seahorse had a personality, like your cat or dog has a personality. And I learned every personality. And as I learned each personality and started to adjust myself, I became more welcome. People, the seahorses, were not leaving. Over time, as these days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months and even a year, I started to know something really different about this species. And as that first year drifted into the second year, I reached some conclusions. They didn't care about color. Some were orange, some were yellow, some had stripes, some were brown. They didn't care. They never argued, of course. They never were cruel to each other. They didn't cover it. They didn't steal. They did not lie. They did not anything at any time to hurt each other. Never. And so in my third year, one day, driving here 90 miles away, I live that far, I was not treated well on the freeway. And to be honest, I'm not always that nice either. But when I was studying the seahorses, one day I said, watching their beautiful, empathetic behavior, Roger, why can't you be more like these seahorses? Why can't you treat your fellow human being, why can't you treat your fellow human being with the same respect and love that they treat each other? That was a very shaming moment in my life. You can call it a gestalt, because I realized I wasn't there yet. I forgot the lessons that my mother and father taught me to care about other people because I only cared about me. The seahorses of Alamitos Bay model empathy every single day. It is always about community. It is never about self. It is always about how are you doing? And as I became more like them, they adopted me into the colony because I followed their rules. And the rules were absolute kindness 100% of the time. In America, we're divided. We're facing things that we have never seen in our life before. The world we grew up in has changed for us. And there is some answers. And one of the answers I found was on the bottom of the sea. We need to pull together. We need to care about each other. The seahorses, love thy neighbors as thyself. What kindness. And when you spend 5 years underwater, it changes you. The reason I am here tonight, and for 5 years, I've wondered why this miraculous thing has happened to me. I'm just a regular guy. You really saw me, I'd be in shorts. That's my world. Or down at the beach. But the reason I'm called here tonight was to leave you with a message. And it's a message that can change your life. It is a message you already know, but we have forgotten. And that is to care about another person. Empathy is the ability to feel someone else's feelings and then to care about it. A fish should not be smarter than a man. But in truth, that's what I found in Alamitos Bay. Fish were teaching me. And so, my purpose for being here today is to leave you with the word empathy. Don't let it sit on the shelf. Start being nice to one another. Let's end the divide. Let's rally together because we can do this. Thank you.